you so much for joining my Instagram Live. The topic today is how to build your personal or business brand. A little bit about myself. My name is Nikita Waterman. I was in a banking job for about 3.5 years, in finance for about 9. I woke up one day and I wanted to do what I went to school for. I moved here from Toronto, Ontario to Western Canada, and I started getting into marketing. I was working in marketing for about, thanks for joining. I was working in marketing for about 2.5 years, was moonlighting, basically doing my freelancing thing with social media, writing, etc. in the evening and on the weekend. And then I decided to leave the workforce 2.5 years into doing marketing, and I've been running my business for about a good 3 years now. Today's topic is personal and business branding. If you have any questions at all, hi, thanks for joining. If you ladies have any questions at all, please feel free to drop them below in the comments as we go along. To introduce myself, my name is Nikita Waterman, and without further ado, I'll get straight into it. Hi, thanks for joining, Vic. The topic today is about personal and business branding. It's a topic that keeps coming up quite often. Branding, I just tell people, it's a fancy way of saying your reputation. People have to be able to know who you are. Thanks for joining, everybody, and trust you to be able to go into your store, click on your website, etc. And in 2020, and I believe in beyond, the only way that you can build trust is to have some kind of an online presence on the top social media apps. Thanks for joining, everybody. So I'll get straight into it. Some of the things I'll be covering today about how to build your personal and business brand are who you are marketing to, the fact that you actually have to think about what you want to be known for, and when you know who you're talking to, who you're targeting, and what you want to be known for, you have to show up and share this information through videos, photos of yourself, and blog posts, etc. You have to understand to think like your customer. You have to use words and colors and things that matter most to the people who you're talking to, and that's what we're going to cover. So if I'm looking down, I'm just looking here at my notes. So who you are marketing to, you have to understand, are you speaking to men or women? Where are these people located? Are they in your city? Do they live across the globe? Are they on the West Coast or the East Coast? And you and I both know whether you're in Canada or the United States. I've been to California, I've been to Vancouver, I've been to Toronto, I've been to New York City, and let's face it, these groups of people, they think differently, they talk differently, they act differently, they want different things in life, they have a different, so to say, swag, and you have to understand what it is that your customers want from you. Are they men? Are they women? How old are they? What kind of issues do they have? And once you come to a realization of this information, you can then start creating videos and blogs and content that will help them. So for example, I'll use myself for example. Before December of last year, I noticed that most of my customers were men, older men, corporate men, and so most of my writing was more logical. I was straight to the point when I did my blogs and did my videos, and I asked myself, I was speaking to my boyfriend and I asked him, why do you think only men tend to use me for their services? And he dropped a seed that I'll never forget. He said, it's because you're communicating to men, you're not communicating to women. Think about that. That made me think, and I looked at my profile on Instagram, I looked at LinkedIn, all of my social media platforms, and he was right. Most of my content was more business sounding, it was technical, it was straight to the point, there was no fluff, there was no emotion behind, no story behind, which would actually connect to women. So if you are on the line, let me know who your audience is. Are they men, are they women? Men, typically, again, just like that, straight to the point, a logic, they want facts, data, quick, no emotions behind it for the most part. Women, they like softer colors. Your words have to be a little bit more softer. Your message has to be more sentimental. It has to hit their heart. So you might have to have a backstory behind why you decided to pick this product for your business, or why you decided to get into your particular niche. And everything that you do, it has to speak to your audience. If you don't know how to communicate to your audience, it's really going to be difficult to get more of a following, build customers, and build a reputation in your industry. So think about what you want to be known for. And I say this a lot, I ask this a lot when I'm dealing with customers is, what do you want to be known for? What are your strengths? What can you offer the world? Because those are the things that you should lean into. And I say that because if you're trying to do something the opposite of what's true to your heart or what you're really passionate about or what you're good at, what's going to happen is, and I did this the first year of business 6 years ago, is I would just grab onto anything. I said I would do this kind of project and I'd do that. I'll do this kind of industry. And the issue that I found, and let me know on the line here if this has happened to you, I would do these projects that I wasn't passionate about and the quality was low. And unfortunately, I couldn't keep those customers because I was new and I thought I just had to do everything under the sun, but that's not how you do business. You want to wake up in the morning, you want to film that video, share that topic, educate, entertain, and inspire, and it has to be something you're passionate about because people can tell the difference as to whether you're just doing this topic because you think you'll make money or you're doing this topic because you're very, very passionate about doing it. So when you figure out what you want to be known for, you want to be able to be consistent. So, for example, for myself, I want to be known for branding, marketing, and being able to write great content that helps people attract customers, helps people solve problems, helps people educate their audience much better. And that's exactly what I'm showing each and every one of you here on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, etc. That's what I want to be known for, so I don't try to be something else. I don't try to say that I'm a social influencer. I don't try to say I'm a photographer, because the thing that I noticed with some people on Instagram and other platforms is they mix what they're passionate about. Maybe they're fairly new and they don't have a following or they're not seeing many likes, and then they start pivoting to what their competitors are doing or what the industry says you should do. And the problem with doing that is when you have too many, apples and oranges and greens and yellows and all these kind of confusing stuff on your profiles, people get confused and they start asking you, what do you really do? And you stand back and you ask yourself, why would they ask that? Well, look at your profile. Are you saying too many things at the same time? Are you going off topic? Are you posting at 9 a.m. in the morning, but now you're posting at 9 p.m.? And the audience that was available for you in the morning are no longer available because you didn't announce you're changing time and you're now posting late at night. So try to be consistent in your message and try to do what you're passionate about. Now, once you know who you're talking to, are they men, are they women, where do they live? And then once you figure out what you want to be known for, you can then start creating videos, photos, and blogs that answers their questions. So everything that I do here on Instagram, much of you can tell, it's really to solve a problem that a lot of companies are having right now, which is being able to stand out, being able to do their social media in a way that will attract networking opportunities or customers, or sometimes people have customers and networking opportunities. They just want to build an online tribe because they know from a branding and a reputation perspective, a tribe will follow you. So I'll give you an example. On TikTok, I'm doing a lot of videos about Instagram. And what I did in my bio is I tell people, follow me on Instagram and YouTube. Guess what's happening now, because I keep answering the common problems and issues people have with Instagram. People on my TikTok are actually following me now on Instagram. Why? Because I'm sharing more content about Instagram, and because in my bio I say, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and YouTube. So I'm noticing that I'm transferring over, and that's what brand is. When you build a brand on Instagram, hi, thanks for joining. Annie, thanks for joining Mojo Pickles. Once you build a brand on Instagram and you build loyalty, you build a reputation, people start to trust you, your reputation is so powerful that you can say, hey, everybody, I'm going to take a step back from Instagram. I'm going to start going on LinkedIn. Then people will start following you on LinkedIn. So you want to be able to, again, I'll recap for some of you who just joined. The conversation today is about how to build your personal and business brand. I went over how who you are marketing to. Are they men, women? Do they live on the East Coast? Do they live on the West Coast? I was telling people earlier, I've been to the U.S., I've been to all over Canada, I've been to California, I've been to New York City, I've been to Vancouver, I was born and raised in Toronto. You all know the West Coast and East Coast people, they eat differently, they think differently, they dress differently, they talk differently, their swag or their vibe is different. So when you're thinking about, I'll just give you some examples here on the line, if you're still on the line. Annie, so you're in the waxing industry. Obviously, you want to focus on potentially men and women here in Edmonton who want to spruce up their hygiene, right? So your information has to focus on who are those people. Now, Annie, I know you have a store on White Avenue, a location on White Avenue, sorry. So I know that you know who's coming in and out of your store, and this goes for everybody on the line, whether you have an online website or you have a store. Annie, let me know if you're paying attention to the age, the race, the gender, their personalities. Are they wearing Nike shoes or are they wearing stilettos? Are they dressed up in Gucci or are they dressed up in something bought from Walmart? And I know that sounds crazy. Some of you are probably thinking, why do I have to get that in depth about my audience? Why do I need to know what kind of food they eat? Trust me, you have to know this stuff, because if you don't know how your customer thinks, your target audience thinks, or for those people, maybe you got lots of customers and you just want to attract an online tribe, an online community, try to get to know how these people think. Take 20 minutes a day, and instead of just scrolling down, go to your followers, click on your Instagram followers, look to see who these are. Are they entrepreneurs? Are they large organizations? Are they mompreneurs, mothers who are self-employed? Are they soccer moms? Try to look at your followers, and once you understand who a majority is following you, you can create beautiful photos. You can create great video marketing videos that speak directly to them, so that when they open up their Instagram and they watch your video, they think you're speaking directly to them. And that comes with time, and I know that each and every one of you has the power to do that, but that's one way you can take a look and see what's going on there as far as who's following you and who actually wants to be a part of your online tribe. So aside from sharing photos, blogs with all this information, again, you want to think like your customer. So as I was saying earlier before, back in the day, before I did a rebranding of my social media sites, the last week of December, I was attracting a lot of more men in tech, a lot more men in construction and real estate who wanted me to do their social media or write content for their LinkedIn or their website, etc. But I had an epiphany to all of you who didn't join in. I asked my boyfriend, why do you think most men, older men, come to me for my services? And he said, because you're not speaking to women. Look at your profiles, check it out. And my boyfriend is giving me advice, but it was an epiphany moment of realization where sometimes you have to have a mentor. Sometimes you have to have somebody in your team, your family member, to say, hey, mom, find the most critical person in your group of lady friends or your family members and tell them, mom, dad, sis, cousin, whoever, husband, boyfriend, whatever. Look at my Instagram page and tell me what you think about it. Would you buy from me if you didn't know me? And if they say no, don't take it personal. Listen to what they have to say. Take that feedback and apply it quickly, because the reach here on Instagram, it's not what it used to be 10 years ago, but I can say for myself, I'm getting leads every week on Instagram. I get customers every week on Instagram. It's because I show up for my audience. I do a mix of photos, mostly videos, and text posts here on Instagram. I'm taking some of my content that I put on TikTok and I'm bringing it over to Instagram, because I know that that's some entertaining aspect of education that some people would prefer versus coming on my live or reading one of my blog posts. So kind of have like a variety of posts, educational, entertainment, a day in the life. You can do even a day in the life in 15 seconds on your story. You don't have to overexpose yourself, but the branding is the relationship. Every time somebody comes on your profile, take yourself, after we're done here, take yourself out of your body and look at your profile and really be honest with yourself. If I didn't know who I was when I first came on my Instagram profile, would I want to buy from me? Would I want to take 5 minutes out of my day to watch my video? Would I want to click the link below in my bio and actually take a look at what else I offer? If the answer is no, be subjective. It's okay. You should have seen my profile last year. It was totally different. And people last year used to ask me, what do you do? What do you do? I don't know, what, are you a writer? Are you a photographer? Because I used to put a lot of stock images. And even to this day, some people that are corresponding with me now, they're like, okay, I see you've got writing stuff, but are you a photographer? So I ask people, why do you think I'm a photographer? Oh, because like in 2019, you put a lot of pretty photos. I was like, no, honey, those are stock photos, but thanks for the compliment. So when you get kind of feedback like that, and know it might sting in your heart because you put a lot of effort into developing your brand, building a reputation on social media, but don't take it with a grain of salt. When people give you feedback, it might hurt. Dust it off, dust your shoulder off with that, and extract the information people are giving you and quickly change it. And I'm telling you, if the information is accurate, you will see a difference in your engagement, the number of followers that you have, the inquiries, etc. So I'll get back down to thinking like your customer. So if anybody wants, let's be a little bit interactive. Does anyone want to let me know what other customers are male or female? I'll be able to give you a bit of an example of how you can go about creating videos, photos, and just content on your social media sites to help you out. As I'm waiting here, if anybody does or does not want to participate, the largest brands, they connect with people's hearts. And as many of you know, with COVID-19, a lot of CEOs have been coming out of the woodwork. I've seen CEOs from Shopify, CEOs from SoulCycle, if anybody knows about SoulCycle in Los Angeles. I've seen CEOs come out of the woodwork on LinkedIn, doing Instagram Lives, and really just telling people their truth. We got hit really hard from the COVID-19. We tried to open up a bunch of stores in South Beach. When COVID-19 hit was when we launched our stores. We had to cut back, close the stores. We almost went bankrupt. Like, these are some of the conversations that I'm seeing CEOs and business owners expose about themselves on social media. Now, some of you might ask yourself, why would I tell the world that I almost went bankrupt? Why would I tell the world that my sales were up by 100%? Quarter 3 of 2019, and now I'm down by 45%. Well, I'll tell you, it's branding, it's building a reputation. You're not the only person who's hurting. You're also not the only person who's succeeding right now. And customers, they don't necessarily want to know the dollar amount, but they just want to know, how have you been during quarantine? I'll give you an example. On TikTok, there was a trending hashtag called Summer Vlog, and within 15 to 60 seconds, I had to create a summer vlog. I shared it here on Instagram several weeks ago, and I was honest. I said the first part of the quarantine was difficult for me, but then I started to focus more on myself. I started doing all this other online marketing and social media marketing courses, and started doing a deep dive of how I need to pivot, meaning change the direction of my